Hey guys, today I'm going to be sharing with you my recipe for an easy fried rice. It's so easy, but it's so good. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start off with some garlic that I'm going to grate, as well as some ginger. I'm going to need about a tablespoon each of garlic and ginger, as well as I also have a carrot here that I have just cut up into small pieces, very small pieces. And all I did was literally just took my carrot, I washed it, I cleaned it and peeled it. And I just cut it into half. This was one really large carrot, and then I just cut them thirds, quarters, and just cut them up into little strips like so, and just finely chop them up just into really small pieces. It's just going to help with the cooking time, and that's pretty much it. Now you can add any kind of vegetables that you want to this, celery, bell peppers, anything that you want, but I like to keep it simple. It is an easy fried rice, so I'm gonna go ahead and just do some carrots. Into my large pot here, I have about half a tablespoon of vegetable oil. My heat is on medium. And I have 2 large eggs in a bowl. I'm going to go ahead and whisk these eggs up. Now this step is completely optional. You can completely leave the eggs out if you want to. You would just go ahead and start with your garlic and ginger if you wanted to leave the eggs out. But I'm just going to whisk my eggs up, and I'm going to add them to my pan when my oil is nice and hot. And I'm just going to go ahead and cook this for about a minute or so, just until the eggs are about 75 to 80% of the way cooked through. I don't want it fully cooked through because it's going to finish off at the end. But like I said, you can completely leave the eggs out. I'm just going to go ahead and stir this around, break it up a little bit, and let it cook for about maybe a minute or so, just until it's about 75% cooked through. Still a little runny, and that's okay. It's going to get cooked completely at the end. Now, after I cleaned out my pot of the egg, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in another half tablespoon of vegetable oil and add in my grated garlic and my grated ginger. Now, if you skip the eggs, this is where you'd pretty much be starting with the vegetable oil and the grated garlic and ginger. On medium heat, I'm going to go ahead and add in the garlic and ginger and just mix it up in the oil and let it cook for about 30 seconds. We don't want to burn anything. We really want the oil to become fragrant with the garlic and the ginger. So after about 30 seconds or so, I'm going to go ahead and add in my chopped up carrots. Now, if you were adding in celery or bell pepper or onions or whatever, you can add it at this step as well. If you wanted a little bit more crunch in your onion, you can add it after we've cooked the carrots a little bit. So I'm just tossing my carrots around in the garlic and ginger, and I'm going to cover it and let it cook for about a minute on medium heat or so. And after about 30 seconds, I'm going to come in and stir it to just make sure nothing is burning. We don't want that garlic to burn. I'm going to cover it and let it go for another 30 seconds, so about a minute in total, a minute to 2 minutes, depending on your heat. So after about a minute, I'm just going to go ahead, give it a nice little stir again. Now at this point you want to have your rice already cooked. Whatever kind of rice that you're using, you want to make sure and go ahead and cook that until it is also about 75% of the way cooked through. You do not want to fully cook your rice because it will get too mushy. You want it to be about 75% of the way cooked through. You can strain it and rinse it under cold water or use leftover rice. I like to use parboiled rice in everything pretty much, so this is what I'm using. Like I said, it's not fully cooked through, and it's just going to make the fried rice nice, and the rice just stay separate from each other. So you can also rinse it under cold water, place it in the refrigerator after it's cooled, or use leftover rice. Whichever one of those things work for you, and whatever kind of rice that you want to use. I'm going to go ahead and add in my rice. And at this point, I'm going to turn my heat up to medium-high, and things are going to start moving pretty quickly from this point on. I'm going to add in my soy sauce. Now, I have a mixture here of dark soy sauce and light soy sauce. I'm using low-sodium light soy sauce as well as a premium dark soy sauce. I'm going to add that into my rice. All the amounts, of course, will be listed below in the description box for you. I'm seasoning this with some salt because I'm using low sodium soy sauce as well as some white pepper. If you don't have white pepper, go ahead and use black pepper, but I really like white pepper in this recipe. This is the premium dark soy sauce that I use, as well as some light sodium soy sauce. I added in some sesame seed oil there. Because of the light sodium soy sauce, I added in some salt. You may want to taste towards the end to see if you want to add more salt or not. I'm just going to go ahead and give this a nice mix around. This is the color that I like my fried rice to be. I'm going to also go ahead and add in some granulated sugar. And again, all the amounts will be listed below in the description box for you guys. Mix that all around. And I'm going to go ahead and add in some frozen sweet peas at this point. You don't have to, this is optional, you don't have to add that in, but I really like it in my fried rice. It adds a little bit of color as well as a little bit of extra flavor. And it's super easy. It's already frozen. No extra choppage needed. And now I'm going to go ahead and add in the eggs that we had partially cooked earlier. Just going to go ahead and add that in and just break it up and mix it all around. And we're going to cook this for another extra minute or so just till the egg is fully cooked through. And just mix that all around. Kind of break it up and mix it all around. And at this point as well, I'm going to go ahead and add in some chopped up green onions. I do like to finish it off at this point with some green onions. Mix it all around. Let the heat awaken the flavor of the green onions. Of course, you can garnish it towards the end with some extra green onions if you'd like. And that's it, guys. This recipe is done. Fried rice is done. It's so easy. It did not take any time at all. Very little chopping to do. It was so easy to put together. I will have all the amounts that I use in the description box for you guys. I hope that you guys enjoy this recipe. Do give it a try because it's so easy and it's so good. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.